So whoever is running Nikki Haley's campaign royally effed up this week.
Nikki Haley is irrelevant.
Why irrelevant?
Because it's obvious that she's just there representing the rhino part of the Republican Party, and she has no chance. And she knows it, and everyone knows it. It's self-evident.
Yes, immediately Nikki Haley stepped on the podium to announce she's dropping out. Trump responded by sending out something. I don't know if you have seen this. First, take a look at this video.
In all likelihood, Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee when our party convention meets in July. I congratulate him and wish him well. I wish anyone well who would be America's president. Our country is too precious to let our differences divide us. I have always been a conservative Republican and always supported the Republican nominee. But on this question, as she did on so many others, Margaret Thatcher provided some good advice when she said, quote, "Never just follow the crowd. Always make up your own mind." It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that. At its best, politics is about bringing people into your cause, not turning them away. And our conservative cause badly needs more people. This is now his time for choosing. I end my campaign with the same words I began it, from the book of Joshua. I direct them to all Americans, but especially to so many of the women and girls out there who put their faith in our campaign. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for God will be with you wherever you go. In this campaign, I have seen our country's greatness. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, America. God bless you.
Yes, according to this tweet, Trump criticized Nikki Haley as she get out of the 2024 race and then asked her supporters to get behind him as she exit. Haley said it is up to Trump to earn the vote of those who don't support him. When you go down this tweet, Trump sent out, Nikki Haley got trunched last night in record-setting fashion, despite the fact that Democrats, for reasons unknown, are allowed to vote in Vermont and various other Republican primaries. Much of her money came from radical left Democrats, as did many of her voters. Almost 50% according to the poll. At this point, I hope she stays in the race and fight it out until the end. I would like to thank my family, friends, and the great Republican Party for helping me produce by far the most successful Super Tuesday in history, and would further like to invite all of Haley's supporters to join the greatest movement in the history of our country. Biden is the enemy. He is destroying our country. Make America great again.
I read an article yesterday where it said this is one of the finest run campaigns that anybody has ever seen. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. It's really a statement. And we have no choice.
Yeah, okay. You know, it is, okay. I will say that it is a decision that we revisit constantly in terms of the balance between allowing somebody to knowingly lie on your air about things they've lied about before and you can predict they are going to lie about. And so therefore it is just, it's irresponsible to allow them to do that. It's a balance between knowing that that's irresponsible to broadcast and also knowing that as the de facto, soon to be de facto nominee of the Republican Party, this is not only the man who is likely to be the Republican candidate for president, but this is the way he's running.
Well, here's how we'll
And-
balance it.
Yeah.
Why don't we fact check the hell out of him?
Yes, and we do that after the fact, and that is the best remedy that we've got. It does not fix the fact that we broadcast it.
But it's
honestly.
stunning that he's saying these things and people are hearing it. Let's just go through it, right? That we have the most devastating economy. Are you kidding me? We have had the best economic recovery of any country in the developed world. He's telling an audience right there, oh my goodness, the paltry oil production. We're producing more oil today than we ever have in the history of our country. Think about the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure plan. We have created more jobs, 3.2 million more jobs than we had pre-pandemic. The problem that we do have is inflation. And so what Donald Trump does is prey upon the fact that people don't necessarily feel good and life's expensive. But when it comes to facts, here's something that's absolutely nonsensical and infuriating. When people's wages go up, they credit themselves. They say, I'm good at my job, I just got a raise. But when everything costs more, they blame the government. And wages are up, which is a huge positive. And one of those reasons wages are up is all of the union wins in the last 2 years. And remember, President Biden has stood with those unions.
But Republican voters don't vote that way. They don't vote based on economics or based on the benefits they're getting economically from the president. They're increasingly, from the Tea Party on, they're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want. A black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus. At this stage, it isn't about economics.
No.
Immediately, Biden responded, sent this out. This is concerning President Biden. Donald Trump made it clear he doesn't want Nikki Haley supporters. I want to be clear. There is a place for them in my campaign. I know there is a lot we won't agree on, but on the fundamental issues of preserving American democracy, on standing up for the rule of law, on treating each other with decency and dignity and respect, on preserving NATO and standing up to American adversary, I hope and believe we can find common ground. That is Biden now sending this out immediately. Nikki Haley drop out. You can see what is going on. This is not the time. I should not be seeing attack again in the Republican Party. It just came to my attention that even Mitch McConnell just endorsed Trump. You can see what is going on. Nikki Haley did not endorse Trump.
There are still some Republicans who are trying to take it away, like take it back. Right? That's over. That's over. There's no back. That party doesn't exist anymore. Right. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Look at the House of Representatives. Look at what's happening in the United States Senate. Mitch McConnell stepping aside. And some of the more governing conservatives trying to keep their power even just within the Senate Republican conference. This is a new Republican Party.
Yes. Now cutting across this clip, you saw Joy Reid sitting, talking about race, like Republicans don't vote about the economy. They don't vote about this, only about race. This is the same talking point this insane lady has been putting out since this elections contest started. I don't know why she's so obsessed with race. Race baiting is what they are benefiting from, which I understand well, but it's insane that you have to attribute anything to race. If you watch all the videos, I've seen questions, like interviewing people. I'm not seeing any person saying, I'm voting for Trump because he's a white person. I'm not seeing a single person doing that. So I don't know where she is bringing up this point, it is crazy at this point. She cannot say something, that is different from race baiting. What exactly?
And recovered from. Well, who did that?
Just saying, do you think the country is better off now than it was 4 years ago?
But I think it's important that all of that come out.
In every way we can, because we know that Russia must win this war. That Ukraine must win this war.
Ukraine will join NATO. Truckers, long haul.
Maybe even an immigrant.
Legal immigration are okay.
And divided by class.
Are you sure?
Watch it.
I believe so much in the mission of Beyond Meat.